What happens when a self-proclaimed expert steps into a room full of skeptics and shatters their harmony? In the small town of Willow Creek, the high school band room was a sanctuary of rhythm and dreams until Karen Whitaker stormed in, claiming she was the new music director. Her resume boasted accolades: Carnegie Hall performances, private lessons with maestros, a vision to fix the band's amateur sound. The students, a tight-knit group led by senior clarinetist Mia, were skeptical but hopeful. They had spent years perfecting their craft under Mr. Hargrove, their beloved director, who had abruptly left for medical reasons. Karen's arrival felt like an invasion, but no one expected the chaos she'd unleash. Karen wasted no time asserting dominance. On her first day, she tossed out the band's carefully curated sheet music, calling it childish drivel. She replaced it with complex symphonies far beyond the students' skill level, insisting they'd rise to her standards or fail. Her voice dripped with condescension as she barked orders, criticizing every note. "You call that a crescendo?" she'd snap, jabbing her baton at trembling freshmen. Mia, usually composed, felt her blood boil when Karen mocked her solo, claiming it lacked soul. The band's morale plummeted, but Karen reveled in her control, strutting like a dictator in a kingdom of reeds and brass. Whispers spread among the students. Karen's credentials didn't add up. A quick Google search revealed no trace of her at Carnegie Hall, and her maestro mentors were untraceable. Mia confided in her best friend, Leo, the band's drummer, who dug deeper and found a blog exposing Karen as a serial exaggerator who'd been fired from 3 community theaters for fabricating her expertise. The truth hit like a sour note. Karen wasn't a director, she was a fraud who thrived on intimidating others to mask her incompetence. The students faced a choice: expose her or endure her reign. Mia rallied the band in secret, proposing a plan to turn Karen's arrogance against her. The twist came unexpectedly. During a late-night rehearsal, the janitor, Mr. Ruiz, overheard the students' plot. A quiet man who'd mopped the bandroom floors for decades. He revealed he'd once been a jazz pianist in New Orleans. "I've seen folks like her," he said, his voice low but firm. "They build empires on lies, but music? It always tells the truth." He offered to help, teaching the band subtle ways to sabotage Karen's showcase performance for the school board. His stories of playing in smoky clubs added fire to their resolve, and his unexpected alliance gave them the edge they needed. The showdown arrived at the annual spring concert, a high-stakes event attended by parents, alumni, and the school board. Karen, dressed in a garish velvet blazer, stood before the band, boasting to the audience about her transformative leadership. She raised her baton, expecting a flawless performance of her chosen symphonia piece, so complex even professionals struggled with it. But the students had other plans. Mia, Leo, and the others had rehearsed in secret, guided by Mr. Ruiz's tricks. As Karen conducted, the band played deliberately off-key, each section clashing in a cacophony of wrong notes and missed cues. The trumpets blared at the wrong time, the flutes squeaked, and Leo's drums thundered out of rhythm. The audience winced, then murmured, then chuckled. Karen's face reddened, her baton shaking as she tried to regain control, but the students pressed on, their chaos a perfectly orchestrated rebellion. Karen's empire crumbled in real time. She shouted over the noise, demanding perfection, but the students only played worse, some openly grinning. Mia locked eyes with her, delivering a deliberately flat note that echoed like a taunt. The audience's laughter grew, and a board member whispered, "Is this her masterpiece?" Karen's composure shattered. She stormed off stage, slamming her baton against a music stand, snapping in two. Backstage, she raged at the band, accusing them of sabotage, but Mia stepped forward, calm and unyielding. "We checked your credentials, Karen. You're no director. You're a liar." Leo projected the blog post onto the auditorium screen, exposing her history of deceit. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The aftermath was swift. The school board launched an investigation, confirming Karen's fabrications. She was dismissed that night, her velvet blazer a sad footnote as she left the school in disgrace. The students, led by Mia and bolstered by Mr. Ruiz's quiet wisdom, took charge of their own rehearsals until a new director was hired. They performed a new piece at the next concert, a jazz arrangement Mr. Ruiz composed, blending their raw talent with his soulful expertise. The standing ovation they received wasn't just for the music, it was for their courage to stand up to a fraud. Karen's downfall became legend in Willow Creek. The band room, once her stage, was reclaimed as a space of trust and creativity. Mia graduated with a scholarship to a music conservatory, carrying Mr. Ruiz's advice. Let the music speak truth. The students learned that harmony isn't just in the notes, it's in standing together against those who try to silence you. What do you think? Did the students go too far, or was their rebellion justified? Share your thoughts on where the line between justice and vengeance lies.